every other game on the Switch looks way more polished. They have The Witcher 3 on the Switch running at 60 FPS, and this game can't keep Assault 30, which that's a whole other story. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday. Whoop whoop! It's almost Friday. Yay! Woo! Anyways, guys, I have no idea today. My mom and dad are home here. We're going to film them here in a minute. Maybe not my dad very long because I gotta eat breakfast. I haven't done that yet. It's kind of, well, it's not early in the morning. It's actually late. I call it breakfast, but it's technically like lunch for me. I get up super late because I'm a very, not a morning person at all. But, anyways, guys, let's get this thing started. I will come back in a minute. Hi, guys, I'm back. My mom and dad's here. Right, Mom?
Well, I can't do it until Monday now.
Dad, do you have anything to say?
Friday, but
Yeah, you're off work Friday.
No, I ain't.
Yeah, you are.
no, I ain't.
Yeah, you
I
are.
get off at 3.
No, you get off work.
No, I said I had a secret,
Yeah?
but it ain't. I'm off. I got work Friday, Saturday.
No.
Oh, I need my
Where's he going?
chicken oil.
Oh, remind me the chickens are out because I might forget to put them away because I haven't done it for 2 days.
I don't think I need a hat, but no.
Is it warm outside?
A little warm,
Is all the snow gonna be melted by then?
maybe.
Maybe. It looks like it's melting pretty fast. Go away, snow, even though I want to keep snow year round. Or look at the chickens, they don't look happy.
Yeah, they're happy.
That one's rough looking.
No, they're probably good chickens.
No, it's not, look at it.
Oh, they're coming back.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Anything to say before you go to work?
No,
No?
I don't have nothing to say with nothing.
Yeah, you do.
I felt sorry for them, so I let them out.
Well,
What?
well, it's
I
probably...
didn't say nothing bad.
Well, no, I meant it's probably. I meant like they're chickens. You shouldn't have to. They're farm animals. We're gonna cut them, their heads off and eat them. Monday and Tuesday. Or no, today's Thursday, isn't it? So we gotta kill Thursday.
Benny,
What?
look at him.
Well, you should have seen that
He
one.
didn't get no bread at all, that one black one didn't.
Mom, you should have seen that one video where my dad watched it where they called a chicken dinner. Well, are you mad? Yes. She got mad because I'm saying we're gonna eat her chickens. She treats them like pets instead of farm animals, guys. Anyway, guys, I gotta eat breakfast. I will come back in a few minutes. Hi, guys, I'm back. This is gonna be a long part of the video. It's probably the title of the video because if you didn't know this, by the title of the video, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. I've played it. It's how I made friends when I was a kid, guys. Like, literally, I had friends that we got together by playing Pokemon. That and Super Smash Bros. Like, Nintendo is a big part of my life. Not really, like, Game Freak, not really. I mean, Game Freak is a part of Nintendo, but it's like it's a long story. But Pokemon games were my favorite games for a long time. My favorite game for the longest time was Diamond and Pearl. I never did play Platinum because that's when I started like falling out with Pokemon because it was weird because I still played the games just because it's a big part of my childhood. But at about 14, 15 years old, around when Platinum and Black White came out, it's where I fell off. Most of my friends stopped playing, and I thought it was stupid to be playing Pokemon when I was like 15 years old. But I played them anyways, eventually. I don't know if I played them when they first came out, but I know I played them eventually. I actually own Black and White too. I think I own Black 1 and White 2, because I always get, yeah. And I don't have any of the old games like Fire Red Leaf Green, because I sold my SP and stuff like that, and I don't have anything to play them on, and my DS too. But, because I got a 3DS, I was like, oh, it plays 3DS games. I don't want to go back and play Fire Red Leaf Green, because I got Sinnoh and all this other stuff. But, that's not what we're talking about. Just a little bit of backstory. So, I've been a fan of Pokemon for a long time, right? Okay, so first, let's get the main things out of the way. Pokemon Sword and Shield probably out by the time you've seen this. There have already been people pirating the game online that had review copies and they reverse engineered and they pirated it and everything, which is bad. But I didn't play any of them. I'm not actually going to buy the game. I'm still going to buy the game just because I want to see for myself what it's actually like. Because there's a lot of comments. Like, there's two sides of the story. Like, people hate it. People like it. Some people are in between. Majority of it is I think a lot of people don't like it because from what we've seen so far, it does not look like a AAA game, especially for a Switch game. It looks half-assed for a better, like, this is what it looks like to me. Like, if you can look at any other Switch game, I know that's not a fair comparison because blah, 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 it's a different game and all that, but every other game on Switch looks way more polished. They have The Witcher 3 on the Switch running at 60 FPS, and this game can't keep Assault 30, which that's a whole other story. I don't think it was Game Freak's, like, I don't know what happened, but this game is just a disaster as of now. Like, I saw some bits and pieces of here. I didn't actually go watch any of the pirated gameplay because I thought that would be bad. I'm waiting for people to actually review it and play it online. But, what I have saw, it does not look good. Even from the trailers, it looks, even some of the trailers, it looks like the textures look like garbage. No doubt about it. It does not look like a AAA Switch game. In all honesty, it does not. Some places, I've seen some pictures, it looks like an N64 game. Especially the animations and the textures. They are horrendous. If they would have made better textures, it would have been fine. And then the whole debacle where it was like Game Freak lied, saying they had to remake the models, which some people think they did. Some people think they actually did remake them and they made them as close as possible to the originals as they could. Which makes sense, kind of, because they don't want to change the models too much. Again, because it's pretty good models, because they future-proofed them way back on X and Y, so they didn't want to make all these models again. But there's actually some rumors coming out that they used an importer to import the models into the game. It broke. They didn't realize till the very last minute, so they had to remake some of the models. They couldn't remake them all because obviously they don't have the manpower to do that, because it was towards the end of the game development cycle that they realized that the importer was broken. So then they kind of lied, kinda, I guess. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but the game looks rough. It is not polished very well. The wall area looks very, it's not the Switch game, Nintendo Switch game I want. I want it, like, I've dreamed of a console, full-blown, like, Pokemon game forever. Like, I used to play XD, Coliseum, those games. Those games were pretty amazing, but they didn't have all the Pokemon stuff. And it was kind of like a weird storyline, like Shadow Pokemon stuff, which is, okay, then you had, like, Pokemon Battle Revolutions and stuff like that, which is cool. And, like, see, as a Pokemon fan, I knew that the games itself was not up to date, even for, like, 3DS games. Like, the 3DS games had a lot of issues. Granted, back then, I kept up with it because I gave it to them because they had to import 800 and, well, actually, it was like 1,000 Pokemon at Sun and Moon because they had all the Megas and Alolan forms and other different forms and stuff. So it was like 1,000 Pokemon, roughly. I think it was actually more, maybe a little bit less than 1,000, but it was about 1,000 Pokemon. And I knew, like, eventually they're going to get rid of some of the Pokemon because they're going to get to a point where there's way too many. But whenever they future-proofed the models and they reused the models, which a lot of game developers do, I don't have a problem with that, reusing the models. But the way they went about it, saying that they didn't really tell us the truth, and they said it was because they remade them, but they look almost identical. Maybe they did remake them. I'm not getting into that debate. But I don't really care they got rid of some Pokemon. Right? But the Pokemon they did keep, a lot of people are mad because the Pokemon they did keep, they said they was going to be fan favorites. A lot of them kind of suck. Like, they don't have Dragonite. The only starter, besides the original starters, is Charmander, which I'm a huge fan of Charmander, but I'm kind of mad that, like, the other starters didn't get in. Like, why does he get so much treatment? Like, it's just a whole other can of worms. But the game itself, I'm still gonna buy it because I want to see what it's actually like. Maybe I shouldn't buy it because I'm not 100% into it. Like, it looks like garbage, and maybe tell them to wake up and be like, hey, fix your game. Like, it's kind of turning into like a Fallout 76 situation where they kind of, yeah. Maybe that's why they didn't show a lot of the game, because usually when they do a Pokemon game, like, they also could be because people was mad because in the last game, so they released literally everything, but this game literally only has 3 legendaries, unless you can, yeah, import some, which I think you can only import, like, yeah, I think the full Pokedex is 400, even, I think, or maybe it's a little more or less. I'm not entirely sure exactly how big the number is, but yeah, that's just the game. If they would have somehow managed to get all the Pokemon into the game, like all 1,000 and Megas, because I'd actually like Megas, but some Megas are kind of weird. Like, you can't really have like every single Mega in every single game, you know, because that would be kind of weird. Like, then you just, but the competitive scene is going to suffer because now they have only 40 Pokemon they can use, and it's just, they also got rid of a lot of moves, which are making people upset, but a lot of people are saying it's for balancing issues, which I never played competitively, but I knew that there's a lot of balancing issues in competitively, because there's like certain Pokemon where you can just set up and it will just sweep entire team, but that's more like skill based, and you should know, like, I don't know, it's just a long story. But Pokemon Sword and Shield, what I've seen of so far, does not stand up to a Pokemon game on a home console. Like, people, another reason why I think people are so upset about it is because this was their moment. Like, this was Pokemon's moment to really show them what they could do, because people have waited years to have it on a home console with way more powerful hardware. Like, people were complaining, like, people gave it a pass. Honestly, they probably shouldn't have, because there was a lot of stuff with Sun and Moon that people didn't like the hand-holding, which is apparently present in this game also. Because literally, you could not do anything in Sun and Moon without the game telling like, hey, go here, hey, do this, or hey, do this. But in the old games, like, there's literally parts of, Sinnoh games, like, down per why I actually got completely lost. And it took me a while to figure it out. Back then, I didn't have the internet until later on in life. But I actually literally had to go around and start talking to, like, there's a part where Team Galactic does something and you have to talk to the Galactic member, and he runs off. You have to go find him. And I never put two and two together, and neither did my friends. But it took us a long time. I literally started talking to every NPC in the town just to figure it out. That's enough. Yeah, but nowadays it is hand-holdy as crap. And a lot of people are saying the XP share is broken because it wasn't developed for an extended XP share, and they say the gym leaders are not very good because they're very underpowered. There's no elite. This is kind of a spoiler, but there's no Elite Four in the game, which I'm really upset about. That was like my favorite thing to do post game, was literally just get Pokemon, grind out the Elite Four to level 100, which probably isn't the best way to do, but I'd like to do for hours on end when I was into Pokemon. But they also did there's a lot of good to this game. Like, you can see where they was trying to go. They introduced the Wild Area, which is an open world, free roaming camera, which everyone wanted for years also. Which, again, an RPG where we just now got free roaming camera, and it's been out for 22 years. It has been on the Switch, but there are Switch games that had free roaming camera, but there wasn't really a joystick to use it, though. So, yeah. But this game, I think they're going to take it. I don't think a lot of people are going to buy it, because especially Japanese fans, like, where it's from, they are utterly pissed at this game. Like, they are really mad. Like, really, really mad. They're not as vocal about it, though, as people in, like, America, but they are really, really bad about it. And then there's other people, which are defending the game, saying, oh, it's not that bad, these things have always been the game, but honestly, they have, and they should have fixed them long time ago. But a reason why I think it came to a blow this game is because it's on a Switch, which is a way more powerful system than the 3DS, which is why I think a lot of people let the game slide in those eras, because it wasn't an HD console and it was like crappy hardware kinda. So I think that's why a lot of people let the game slide for how bad it was back in the 3DS. But now since you're on a 3DS, on a Switch, and they're selling the game for $60, and people feel like $60 is way too much for these games, because they feel like 3DS ports with like have to cut content. Honestly, people are like, some of it does look pretty rough. Like Sun and Moon looks better in some cases. Also, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, it looks way better, especially with some of the not battle animation, but the battle scenery. There are places where, like, the scenery in Sword and Shield do not match up the thing. Like, you'll be on the water, it'll just be like a desert, or it'll be like water in the background. Or you'll be inside a house or a city or a building. House or city. You'll be inside of a building, right? And then it'll just be, the battle background will just be blank, and it'll be like nothing's there. Which, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had amazing backgrounds. Like, I played that game. I love that game. It's actually pretty amazing. Don't really like the catch mechanics in it, though, but it's a whole other bucket of worms. But, it is just, this game has issues, guys. And then you have people on, like, the people reviewing it giving it, like, 9s and 8s, and I don't know if it deserves those. I would say it's a mediocre game at best. Like, I would give it, like, from what I've seen, I haven't personally played the game yet. I'll give you another review once I play through the game. But as of now, from the trailers I've seen, from people talking about it online, I've seen both sides, people liking it, people complaining about it. Like, there's a lot of good in the game, because they made a lot of it easier. The XP share is kind of, but they made it where you can do competitive play a lot easier. Maybe we'll cut back on the amount of hacked in Pokemon, because that's why a lot of people did, because it's so hard to get Pokemon that was actually competitively viable. But, yeah. There's a lot of good to the game. I just think they just wasn't there. I think it was like a half step. Maybe the next Switch games will be amazing and it'll blow us out of the water. I hope so. Because this game does not look anything like I thought it was going to look like whenever I saw announced it Ms. Ford saying, oh, Pokemon game on the Switch. Woohoo! And I was like, yeah, let's do it. No, it does not look very good. Especially since I saw the first trailer. Like, the first trailer looks, like, the trailers look bad. Like, the textures on the ground, granted, some of them textures did change over time, but they still look pretty bad, especially the wild area. And also, people are complaining that the cities are pretty barren, like, there's no people. Even, like, the 3DS games, like Sun and Moon, had people in the cities and stuff like that. Also, there's pop-ins of people and NPCs in Pokemon. So, I had to make sure my video was still recording. Sorry guys. But there's pop-ins throughout the game, which I hate pop-ins. Granted, they're inevitable for games, but you could, I don't know. I don't know what they did to this game, but maybe they took a hint and they'll fix the next games. I hope people don't buy it. Well, if you want to buy the game, buy it. Like, honestly. But if you don't want to buy it, I can understand why you're passing on it. It's up to you. I want to try it out just to see how bad it is. Maybe I'll try to get it used so I don't give the company money. I don't know. Like, I just want to see how bad it actually is. Some of the game doesn't look that bad. The animations, honestly, aren't as bad. Well, the reused 3DS animation, so you can, I can kind of understand the 3DS animation, but not any, kinda, but kinda not, because there are only 4 Pokemon now, and it's like, great, there's a lot of animations for them, but when it was like 1,000, I got I'm using the same animation over again, but there still is animation where like flamethrower doesn't come out of Pokemon's mouth and stuff like that. Like, why is that a thing? Like, that would be easily fixed. I think it would. I mean, I'm not a game designer or anything like that. I know it would take a lot of work. Maybe they just need more time to make the games. Supposedly, they've been making these games since before Sun and Moon. That's what I heard somewhere. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't take my word for it. But yeah, I've been following this pretty closely. But the games itself look pretty rough around the edges. Like, I don't think I'd say it's a mediocre Pokemon game. Probably the weakest of the series. Just because graphics are everything in the game. But whenever you're comparing like stuff they've done on the Switch to this, it looks pretty rough. Like, you can compare it to Breath of the Wild, you can compare it to what's the other RPG that came out recently? I can't remember. Luigi's Mansion. Like, these are like main party like Nintendo. Well, actually Luigi Mansion was, but those games look, even like The Witcher 3 is on it on the Switch running at 60 FPS, and this game chugs at some places. And then they have the Pokemon battles themselves. They have the reused 3DS animation. They have Pokemon that aren't scaled correctly. They have Wailord that looks like freaking 2 feet long when he's like 60 feet long or whatever, and it's just pretty ridiculous, some of the stuff they've done. I'm not blaming Game Freak. Maybe they didn't have enough time. Maybe, I don't know what they did, but they obviously did not. It's obviously not a game that Pokemon should be proud of, or they should have released. Honestly, they should have delayed this game for like a year or two. That would probably have been the best thing, but then they have the card games, and the anime and all this stuff that's already pumping out, so they can't really do that. Maybe next time they can talk to the people and be like, hey, we need more time for the next game. Like, we need like a solid 5 years to fix it, and you have to hold off the other merchandise, which they are the biggest media franchise in the world, by the way. I haven't gotten to this yet. They make $90 billion a year, I think, or something ridiculous like that. They are the big. They have unlimited money. They could hire like 2,000 people they want to, but like they really could. I think like if they have to, they could. They'd give people jobs too, which is also a good thing. But they could hire like 2,000 animators. They could easily get the animation down, fix it, and stuff like that. But I don't know what they did. I'm not a really game designer. I know it's just a poorly, I wouldn't say poorly made. Like, the story seems fine, except for the hand-holdiness, which I can understand it because it's for kids mostly. But honestly, I think a lot more adults play the Pokemon games than kids anymore. Especially like people my age, like 20-year-olds. Like, I don't think many kids are playing Pokemon. Like, I don't see very many little kids play Pokemon. Whenever I see people playing Pokemon, it's usually older kids, which is older people, like adults. It's weird. But, anyway, guys, sorry about the major rant. I just had to get it off my chest. I will do another thing. Maybe I'll love the game after I play it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm going to play it, and I'll tell you guys once I get it. And I'm not going to get it for a while. I'm probably not going to get it till Christmas, probably. So it's going to be a while before I do that. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'm probably going to watch some Let's Plays of it and stuff. Gave new opinion. Who knows? I don't know. But it's pretty rough. But yeah. I'll talk to you guys, and I'm going to get in the vlog after this. So, hi, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that huge rant, but I'm very, very, very passionate about Pokemon, because I played it forever. I've sold off my Pokemon. I even have Pokemon cards from when I was a kid, guys. Like, it's ridiculous. I used to collect cards. I still watch the anime, honestly. Like, I still watch it whenever I get bored. I keep up with it. I actually watch all of Sun and Moon. And I've actually watched every single Pokemon episode. When I was like 16, I went back and rewatched everything, because I really got back into Pokemon when X and Y came out, which was around 16, 17 years old. So, yeah. But, anyways, guys, if you like today's vlog, remember to like, subscribe, click the bell, and make sure to check out you guys tomorrow.